Good evening everyone. Thought I'd do a review on two products instead of one. What I'm reviewing is a mod and a mesh RDA, for those of you that aren't familiar with them. In the video you're going to have my personal opinions and my recommendations. I'm also going to tell you how much they will cost you. But let's get on with the review, because it's kind of what the video is for, really, isn't it? Now, the mod, for those of you that aren't aware of it, is the Topside Dual by Dovpo. There's three different versions of this mod. I will tell you about all three of them, but I will mainly tell you in depth about this one. I've got the black, comes in 8 colours. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you is, in a moment I've got the device on. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it says goodbye, turns the device off. Another 5 clicks and it comes straight on, it loads straight up. There's no high or Dovpo Topside Dual or anything like that. It's bang, straight up with your screen, your main screen. Okay, now if you go 1, 2, 3, fire button locked. Can't fire the device. Still go through the wattage, though. You can still go through that, but what you can't do is fire the device. Okay. Just quickly replace this. Okay. That's. Now, as you see, like I said, 5 clicks turns off. And unlocked it. Okay, that's how it is. That's the beautiful way. It's so simple, just turn it on and off and lock it. Okay. Now, this is a dual 18650 mod. You can put any 18650s in it. You can put your Samsung 30Qs, your 25Rs, your Sonys, your Sony VTC5As, 18650s in general, this one. As long as you put 2 in and you put them the right way around, it will work. Now, battery door, slide. As you can see that on the bottom, on the battery door, it shows you positive and negative, which way around to put them. And there you go. It is quite a stiff door. Alright, so it's not going to, as you can see there, banging on my hand. And I have quite hard hands and I'm hitting this quite hard, and it's not affecting it at all. No, the batteries aren't rattling, just the mod's all still turned on. It's really, really firm, this mod. Has build tolerances. It won't fire below 0.08 resistance, and it won't fire above 3 ohms. Now, I don't know why you'd have a 3 ohm coil. There might be one out there, I don't know. The highest I've ever used is a mouth to lung at 1 ohm. Okay. Why do I like this mod so much? It has a 10mm Squonk bottle. So from the top, actually I'll take the bottle out in a minute and show you it. Let's do that now. Just put my batteries there. Pull the bottom. And just see there's a little lip there. Once you've got the battery door open, you do have to open the battery door to take the bottle out. There's the bottle, encased in this quite hard plastic. Alright, so it's quite nice and strong. The juice goes from the bottom all the way up to this little white. Don't know if you can quite see it, but that little white, thin white strip there. It's like the seal, if you like. And the way you install it, make sure the squonk, the squishy bit, is facing outwards. Push it up and in. Install your batteries. You can lay it down. Install your batteries. Slide the door across. That's it. Solid. Firm as a rock. Okay. Now, when you buy the device new, it does come with 2 Squonk bottles, so you have a spare one. Or if you like to change the flavours, you can put one flavour in one bottle, one flavour in another, and when you fancy whichever flavour, just switch your bottles over. It's that simple. Now, for those of you that have used Squonks before but never used this one, or never really looked into it, you know with most Squonk bottles, you have to remove the bottle, undo the lid of the bottle, then fill it, then put it back in, then push it back up into your mod, or install it in your mod. Don't have to do that with this. Topside's brilliant, Dovpo's brilliant design, the reason the mod got its name Topside. You unscrew that little black cap at the back where your RDA, or behind where your RDA sits, unscrew it and give it a pull, and there you see 2 little slots. That's for filling your bottle. Your bottle is sat right underneath there. So those 2 slots there match up with the 2 slots on the top of your bottle, and you fill your bottle that way. Then you reinstall this, push it down, and as you push down, give it a couple of turns, and the threads will catch. You do it back up. There you go. Simple as that. Okay, simple as that. What else? Oh, it's on there. It's on there a bit stiff. Got the atty on there, I can't unscrew it. There we go. On the top of the mod, you have Topside dual and your fire plate, your little 510 pin with your Squonk hole through it. Okay, what do you have on the bottom of the mod? You have Dovpo, a TVC reaction, a TVC creation. And what that is it's designed by the Vapor Chronicles. Okay. So you put the screw your atty on, make sure it is down nice and tight, and it forms the seal, so that when you squonk, you don't get any leak between your atty and your mod. Okay. Now the mod has a really quick fire rate. Before I go into the idea, I'll show you the fire rate. You can see it fires up really quickly. I like the display as well. It's well set out. Shows you up in the top left hand corner as you look at it what mode you're in. So you're in wattage mode. Your battery level. Your reading of what wattage you've got it on. Has an amp reading, voltage reading, and your ohms at the bottom. Now your ampage reading will read 0.00 until you fire it. When you fire it, it'll give you a reading of your amps. Okay. Now, on to the RDA that I'm showing you. It's good because it's the RDA that I've got on the mod, on the device itself. This is the Dovpo profile. It is a mesh RDA. Okay, let's pull the top cap off so you can see the build deck. It's very stiff O-rings, very good solid O-rings. There you go. Now you have a clamp each side. The way it works, you undo the clamps, undo both the clamps. You have a mesh strip. You have a coiling tool that comes with the RDA. It's one of these. Then you get your mesh strip. They're flat originally. When you first get them, you bend it round. Okay. Then you drop it in. Now when you install this mesh, I would recommend, if you're going to pulse it at all, pulse it no higher than 15 watts. Because remember, these are mesh strips. They're designed to be vaped lower than wrapped coils. So your normal RDA rebuildable coils, the ones with wraps, looks a bit with a close peg spring. They're designed to vape at whatever wattage they're set for, or however high you want to go with them, or low. Mesh strips heat up much faster, lots faster. Okay, so you don't go crazy with these. I would recommend no more than 60. That's my personal opinion. I know some people have used them at 70 watts. For me, that's too much. Now I use mechanical mods, so it's not that I can't go over 60 watts because I use mechs, other Squonks with wrapped coils where I go higher than that, so on and so forth. It's because this mesh strip and this setup and this RDA hits so hard at even 60 watts, and it gives me such great cloud and such good flavour. I don't need more than 60 watts, and at the risk of going over 60 watts, you risk burning your mesh out a lot quicker. Okay, because it's 0.17 resistance. It's a low resistance mesh strip, but I wouldn't recommend it purely because it would burn out so much quicker, and you risk a dry hit. Now on a large piece of metal like that mesh strip, you don't want a dry hit from that, because it's going to be like swallowing a lighter flame. Okay. Now, innovative creations with this device, with this RDA. Let me just lift my wick up a little bit. And you'll see there, don't know if you can see it. You probably can't actually. Yeah, can you see that little white plate? Just that little white plate in the middle there? That's where your Squonk pin is, where your juice flows up into your RDA. So you can see it's right underneath the cotton, right underneath your mesh strip. It's bang in the centre. Now that white strip is also that white piece is also spring loaded. So when you feed your cotton through, it will move down out of the way. Let me just stuff this bit of cotton back down here as I explain this. It would flow back down. There you go, that's better. Now, as I was saying, that white plate is spring loaded. So what's going to happen is when you feed your cotton through, if you want to use a thick piece of wicking, you can. Just give it a few twists, slide it underneath your mesh. That white platform will drop. Once you've finished putting your cotton through, it springs back up, pushes your cotton up against the mesh strip, so it's constantly touching the mesh strip, which is why you get such good cloud vapour and you get such good flavour, because the juice is boom, straight up, straight into your cotton, bang, straight onto the mesh strip. So it's constantly saturated. It will not dry hit you, unless either you forget to Squonk it, or you run it too high and you burn the mesh. Okay, so as long as you don't go too high on your wattage and you don't forget to Squonk it, you never get a dry hit out of this RDA. I do know that for a fact. Okay, that's the way that one goes. I've been using this RDA now for about 2 days. No issues, none whatsoever. Haven't re-wicked it, haven't had to, had nothing go wrong with my mesh. Had nothing go wrong with any of it, to be fair. The only one thing I do say about it is the drip tips are a bit loose. You can see that's quite loose. I don't like that. I'd probably see if I could get a slightly bigger drip tip, if you could get one. Or see if you can get a drip tip to go in there that's got an O-ring on it. There is an O-ring inside, but when it gets juicy, it doesn't really do its job very well. Not really. But the performance overall of it, of the RDA, is really, really smooth. I've got the airflow. See if I can just pull this top.
Why did you have a skirt on Friday? When I went out to Bremer's Caligassi. Because all my leggings were the service wash.
I'm just going to give it a bit of a drying off. See, there's an O-ring there. That's the inside with the top cap off. Now, I'll reinstall this. It slots in beautifully. It's not too tight, it's not too loose, it's not going to fall out on you. Your drip tip might, but the airflow control ring won't. Now I have the airflow fully open. You can restrict it. It goes down in steps. So you close the top off, then the middle, then the bottom. And once you shut the bottom off, it's fully closed off. It does shut off both sides at the same time. Excuse me. Now, what I was saying to you earlier about cloud production. The flavour is really nice. I'm just going to give this a squonk. Actually, let me just pull this top cap off. Now, what you're going to do is when you squonk, let's see if I can show you the inside as I squonk.
Otherwise, I'm landed with that lame brain Steve Greengrass. Don't forget.
Now, when you squonk, you just move my camera around here. You see, it comes up and it just floods your whole chamber. Alright, so if you close your airflow off and squonk, it will flood the whole chamber. You see that? Now once you flood that entire chamber, once you've flooded that chamber, once you've flooded that chamber, the most soaked part of that entire system is going to be the wick smack underneath your mesh strip, because the juice is hitting that. As soon as you squonk it, it's hitting straight into that squonk, straight into that wick, straight underneath your mesh. Okay, so that is going to be the most saturated part of the whole wick. It does have a suck back on it, so if you over squonk it, just leave it for 30 seconds, all the juice will sink back down through. Okay, let's give it a vape, show you how it performs. The mesh that's in there now is 0.17 resistance, is on 50 watts. As you can see, I'm not taking long drags, but I'm getting a lot of cloud. There you go. Absolutely stunning. The flavour that comes off it is so nice, because unlike other RDAs, your juice has to come up onto the metal, then onto your cotton and your coils. So you don't get all your juice and you lose some of the flavour. So it gives really good performance. It's really nice. The whole setup is really nice. Now, prices. Dripping Mad Vapes Limited at the moment. The mod is 72. The RDA is 26. And the cotton I'm currently using is Cotton Bacon version 2. And it is £4 a packet. So the £4 and £4.50. That's one of the two. Sorry, my memory's atrocious. It's one of those two. Now, 72 quid for the mod. You get a lot out of it. It's a big squonk. It's powerful. It's hard wearing. It's well constructed. 10ml juice capacity and 2 bottles. 10ml juice bottles. 2 of them. So you can carry 20ml around of juice around, 20 mils of juice around it at the same time. 2 different flavours if you wanted. And not have to worry about carrying your big vape juice bottles around with you. Because you've got 20ml of juice in 2 tiny little bottles that you could fit in your pocket. Now, in case you're worried about it squonking when it's in your pocket, it's not a very soft bottle. It's not one of those ones you push it gently and it's going to go straight in and juice is going to go everywhere. Now, it's quite a firm silicone bottle. It's very strong. It's a very strong bottle. It's very hard to squonk. It's very hard squonk bottle. It's very tough resisting squonk bottle. It's very, like I say, it's very hard pushed, the bottle. So, providing the spare bottle comes in its own little cardboard box inside the mod box with the mod. So if you would like to, just to make sure you didn't squonk it in your pocket, put the spare bottle in the box and then put it in your pocket. You've got 20ml of juice around with you, and you can carry 2 different flavours at the same time. Brilliant idea. Brilliant. I said earlier, there's 3 different versions of this mod. There's the dual, there's the normal Topside, which is a single battery 90 watt mod, the same but half the size and only 1 battery. And they have a carbon version. Topside carbon is same size, same design. The only difference is it's lighter in weight because it's made of carbon. So it's lighter in weight, and it comes in 4 colours. They're very nice colours. I must admit they are nice. But the carbon version is also slightly dearer. It's £125. Now the carbon version also has an upgraded fire chip. It has the Yee fire chip, so it fires a bit better, and you get a little bit better performance out of it. Personally, if I had a choice between the two, I'd probably pick the carbon because I like the pattern. I like the pattern on it, and I like the idea of an upgraded performance. But if you don't want to spend £125 on a mod, bearing in mind you still have to spend buy for the RDA unless you already have one, etc, etc, juice, coils, or anything like that you might need. It gets a bit expensive then. But this way, it's cheaper. Because if you wanted to buy everything I've used in this video in one go, including a packet of cotton bacon, it's 102 quid. Providing you've got a load of juice at home, 102 quid, and clouds and battery life 4 days. Because I've been using this mod all day, and I've only lost 1 bar on my batteries. My batteries were fully charged this morning. Using this all day, I've lost 1 bar. I'm not going to have to put new batteries in here for probably about 3 or 4 days, maybe a week. Okay, it is that good for battery resistance. Right, like I said, anything you want to pick up that you've seen in this video, the Topside, dual, topside carbon, or the topside single. The IDA, the cotton, head over to Dripping Mad Vapes. You can find him on Facebook, Dripping Mad Vapes Limited. You can find him on the webs. You can find him via Google on his website. If you find his page on Facebook, just drop him a message. He'll help you out. I think they have an offer on at the moment. On the whole site, it's 10% off until the 1st of January. So the prices I told you will be slightly cheaper at the moment. Alright, if you want anything, I suggest you head on over there. Especially with Christmas coming up. If you want a new mod for Christmas and you fancy a bit of a Squonk, and you're a bit of a Squonk person, pick up a Topside. If you want an RDA with a difference, pick up the Dovpo profile. Alright, keep it cloudy everyone. Hope you found this review useful, and I'll be back soon with some more reviews for everybody.